Hey everyone, welcome back to Williamson Ridge Outdoors. Today, as you can see, I'm standing on our concrete and it looks a little different than it has in the past because we've actually had our wood splitter and conveyor and everything set up here. And I plan on bringing it back here, but what I'm working on actually is cleaning this up in order to build another shed. So if you notice, we've got our current shed back here is an 18 by 21. And what I'm trying to do is actually utilize this concrete and eventually what I'd really like to do is build a building on this concrete, just a good solid building. This concrete pad I'm standing on is 133 feet long by 33 feet wide, I believe is what it is. And you know, ultimately I would like to build an actual permanent structure here instead of putting like these carport style sheds on here. But right now the most cost-effective way for me to build more sheds is to get these carports, and I really need hay storage and machine storage. My tractor, my wood splitter, my hay baler, all that stuff has actually been having to sit out in the weather over this past year, and I really don't like doing that. So what I'm working on is actually clearing this concrete off because I have ordered two 18 by 21 steel buildings to go on this concrete. I ordered two of them because it's actually cheaper to buy two 18 by 21s than what it is to buy a 36 by 21 or a 36 by 30 or whatever. The reason I've decided to only go 21 feet long is because one, it matches the current building, and two, if you notice there's these lines right here where the concrete has a break in it and there's only a couple foot section that's out here on the front, and I want that 21 foot building to sit on the solid pad where it's good and level, because these outside edges actually have moved just over time where it's kind of more like a sidewalk. They're two separate pieces. And they actually did this because there was a greenhouse sitting here at one time, and they used all these channels and stuff in here to run their water lines and all that kind of stuff in order to, or for their irrigation or for their watering of their plants and all that kind of stuff. They may have even had it set up to where that the frame of the building may have sat down in these concrete edges or something too. I'm not 100% sure, but I know that there were water lines and piping and stuff that ran through these channels. But the main pad here in the middle is actually about 23 feet wide. Now ultimately, like I said, I would like to have a building built over this entire pad, but I'm not sure exactly how that would work with this being uneven and the outside edges of that being off. So I'm not sure if I can actually do that or not. But anyways, this is actually going to be our solution for now. So what we've been working on is cleaning this stuff up and trying to get to where that I can measure out a section and get all that cleared up to be able to have my buildings, because when they call, I need to be able to say, yes, I'm ready for it, bring it, get it set up, then we can start using it. So all I'm basically doing though is cleaning this stuff up, and I'm shifting everything down, but I moved everything entirely off the concrete just to give me plenty of room to work, because I was actually taking the bucket on the tractor, scraping up all this bark and stuff that I've had here, and I actually hauled almost a trailer load, a 7x14 trailer load of bark and dirt and debris and stuff off this concrete. It's amazing how that stuff adds up, and you really don't realize it until you start cleaning it up of how much debris and stuff you have there. But anyways, we're going to jump in here. I've just got a little bit left over here. I've got a little tiny bit of firewood to move and a pallet and get that stuff out of the way, and I'm going to clean up the mess. And I'm ready to just measure out, make sure I've got my room marked off, and then start moving equipment back up here to be able to start using it again. 36 feet doesn't really sound all that big, but when you look at the span, it actually is a pretty big area. We got from the edge of our building over here to the back of the tractor tire is 38 feet. And like I was saying before, it actually ended up to be able to get the cubic footage to store my hay. That was actually the absolute cheapest way I could find to do it. So they are two 18 by 21s and they're 10 feet high. That should give me roughly 1,100 bales of hay storage. Plus I still have one shed empty to be able to store equipment under. And then I'll also still have some room in the barn to store some hay also. So with our first cut of hay, we got 892 bales. So between that, selling some out, and then doing our second, third cuts, that kind of stuff, I should have enough to store what we produce, plus have room to store the tractor in the shed and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're hoping to eliminate, and making sure we have enough hay storage and also have storage to keep our equipment, to keep the rain and the sun from damaging that stuff.